Imagine this. You're locked in one of Greece's most secure prisons, Korydallos. The towering walls, barbed wire, and guards make sure that no one escapes. But for Vassilis Paleokostas, these barriers were nothing more than an obstacle to overcome. And what he was about to do wasn't just any escape. It was one for the history books. Twice. Let me take you back to 2006. Vassilis Paleokostas, already a notorious figure in Greece, was serving time in Korydallos, the so-called Greek Alcatraz. His criminal resume was impressive: armed robberies, kidnappings, heists. But what truly set him apart was his modern-day Robin Hood reputation. Paleokostas wasn't just another criminal. To the poor communities of Greece, he was a hero. A man who stole from the rich and shared the spoils with those who needed it most. But while the authorities saw him as public enemy number one, Paleokostas had other plans that would leave the world in disbelief. June 2006. It's a regular day at Korydallos Prison, or so the guards thought. Paleokostas was locked away tight, and everything seemed normal. Until a sound echoed from the sky. The guards looked up, confused. A helicopter appeared out of nowhere, hovering above the prison yard. At first, it seemed like a mistake, maybe a media chopper flying too close. But then, a rope ladder dropped from the helicopter. Inside the prison walls, inmates rushed to the yard, some cheering, others in shock. But Paleokostas? He knew exactly what was happening. In a moment that felt like it was straight out of an action film, Paleokostas sprinted towards the rope. He grabbed on, and with the agility of a man who had planned every second of this, he climbed higher and higher until he was pulled into the helicopter. Before the guards could even sound the alarm, the chopper ascended, carrying Paleokostas to freedom. The guards, helpless. The prisoners, amazed. Paleokostas, gone. In mere minutes, Vassilis Paleokostas had pulled off one of the most daring escapes in modern history. For weeks, the country buzzed with news of the incredible helicopter escape. The authorities were humiliated. They scoured every inch of Greece, but Paleokostas was already far from their reach. The country's most wanted man had outsmarted the system. Again. But the legend of Vassilis Paleokostas was only just beginning. Fast forward to February 2009. The authorities had finally caught up with Paleokostas, and once again, he found himself behind the towering walls of Korydallos. This time, though, the prison wasn't taking any chances. Security was tighter than ever. More guards, more surveillance. Every precaution was in place to make sure Paleokostas couldn't escape again. I mean, who escapes by helicopter twice, right? But they didn't know Vassilis Paleokostas. February 22nd, 2009. Just 3 years after his first escape, the unthinkable happened. Once again, a helicopter swooped over the prison yard, flying low as inmates watched in disbelief. The guards had been warned about a possible second escape, and this time they were ready. They opened fire, shooting at the helicopter and the escaping figure below. But Paleokostas? Cool as ever. Despite the gunfire, despite the chaos, he grabbed the rope ladder, climbed up with a grace that seemed almost surreal, and once again, he disappeared into the clouds. The second escape was even more brazen than the first. Paleokostas had done the impossible not once, but twice. He had defied the Greek authorities, embarrassed the prison system, and once again, he was a free man. After his second escape, Paleokostas vanished. The manhunt was immediate and intense, with every police unit and helicopter searching for Greece's most wanted man. But Paleokostas had planned everything down to the last detail. The helicopter was abandoned in a nearby field, and Paleokostas was gone, like a ghost. For weeks, the media was captivated by the story. How had he pulled off not one, but 2 helicopter escapes from the same prison? Where had he gone? And more importantly, who was helping him? To this day, Vassilis Paleokostas remains a legend. He's evaded capture ever since, and while his exact whereabouts are unknown, rumors of his activities still circulate in Greece. Some say he's hiding in the mountains, living off the land, while others believe he's fled the country entirely, living a life of luxury far from the authorities' reach. But what makes Paleokostas truly remarkable isn't just his daring escapes. It's the fact that he's remembered as a modern-day Robin Hood, a man who didn't just rob banks for himself, but for the people. His story isn't just one of crime. It's a story of defiance, rebellion, and a refusal to bow to a system he saw as unjust. Will Vassilis Paleokostas ever be caught? Or has Greece's Robin Hood truly disappeared for good? One thing's for sure, his story will go down in history as one of the most daring, most incredible prison escapes of all time. If you thought this was unbelievable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more jaw-dropping stories from the world of true crime, escapes, and thrilling adventures. This is one tale you won't soon forget.